Welcome dear children. Here is the second video on tenses. In this video, I will talk about past tense. Let us quickly know what is a tense. A tense is a word or a form of a verb that tells us about the time of an action. Types of tenses. First is present tense, second is past, third is future tense. I have already talked about present tense. Now we come to past tense. Past tense, student, it also has four subforms: past simple or past indefinite, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. Let us first of all start with past simple or past indefinite tense. See the structure of this. Subject plus second form of verb. I wrote. Second form of verb. Wrote, write, wrote, written. Wrote is second form of the verb. I wrote a letter. This sentence has past simple tense. Let us see how to make affirmative, negative or interrogative sentences using past simple tense. Firstly, we talk about affirmative. Subject plus second form of verb. Very simple. He went to the market. Negative. He did not go to the market. When we make negative or interrogative of past simple, we use did. He did not go to the market. And with did, we use first form of verb, not second. Now interrogative. Did plus subject plus first form of verb. Did he go to the market? Now we come to the uses of past simple tense. First is to indicate an action that was completed in the past. He broke the glass yesterday. Time that has already gone. Yesterday. My father bought me a gift. Second use is to express a regular action in the past. The milkman came to our house every day. Here we are talking about the past time. I went out for a walk daily. Went out in the past. Third is to express an action that happened for a long time in the past, which is now over. He lived in this house for 10 years. I stayed with my grandmother for 2 months. Now children, here is an exercise for you. Read the sentences carefully and fill in the blanks using past simple tense. After solving it, you can check your answers. Now we come to past continuous tense. Let us see the structure first, children. Subject plus was were. As it is continuous tense, we will use ing with this. Subject plus was or were as per the subject plus first form of verb and then ing with that. I was writing a letter. In this way, children, we make sentences using past continuous tense. Now, let us see how to make affirmative, negative or interrogative sentences, how to write these kinds of sentences. Affirmative first of all. See the structure. Subject plus was or were plus first form of verb and ing. He was going to the market. They were playing in the park. Second is negative. Subject plus was or were plus not plus first form of verb and ing. He was not going to the market. The girls were not making noise. Interrogative. Was verb will come in the beginning as this is interrogative sentence. Helping verb will come in the beginning of the sentence. Plus subject plus first form of verb plus ing. Was he going to the market? Were they eating the cake? Here are the uses of past continuous tense. First is, children, to describe an action that was happening in the past at the time of speaking. He was drawing a scenery. Nikhil was reading a book. Means action was continued when you saw this person last. Second use is to talk about two parallel actions. When Kate was playing, Karthik was reading a book. Rachit was reading a book when Daksh was eating his lunch. Third is to express an action in progress in the past when another event took place. Raya was studying when the doorbell rang. Arushi was reading a book when I went to her house. Now children, here is an exercise for you. You have to fill in the blanks using past continuous tense. Solve it and then you can match your answers. Now I talk about past perfect tense, third subform. Past perfect tense, let us see the structure first. Subject plus had plus third form of verb. Example is, I had written a letter. third form of verb with has, have or had children. You all know this. Now, how to make affirmative, negative or interrogative sentences? Subject, affirmative first of all. Subject plus had plus third form of verb. I had seen this place before. Negative, I had not seen this place before. Subject plus had plus not plus third form of verb. Interrogative, obviously had helping verb in the beginning of the sentence. Had plus subject plus third form of verb. Had he taken his breakfast? Now children, we come to the uses of past perfect tense. First is to indicate an action that had been completed before another action in the past. Children, this is very, very important. Children really make mistakes while writing these kinds of sentences. The train had left before I reached the station. Two actions happening in the past and the action that happened earlier. With that we will use past perfect tense and with the other one we will use past simple tense. Second example, the patient had died before the doctor arrived. Patient had already died and doctor reached later. Now second is to describe an action taking place before a particular time in the past. All the people had come before 12 p.m. By 3 p.m. all the students had left the school. Now children, here is another exercise for you. Read it and fill in the blanks using past perfect tense. After solving it, match your answers. Children, last serve form is past perfect continuous tense. Let us see the structure first. Subject plus had plus been plus first form of verb and ing. I had been writing a letter. Now, how to make affirmative, negative or interrogative sentences? Let us see. Affirmative, subject plus had plus been plus first form of verb plus ing. I had been singing for 2 hours. Negative sentence, subject plus had plus not plus been plus first form of verb plus ing. I had not been singing for 2 hours. Interrogative, had will come in the beginning. Had plus subject plus been plus first form of verb plus ing. Had she been singing for 2 hours? Now we come to the uses of past perfect continuous tense. First children, to describe an action that happened in the past and continued up to a certain point of time in past only. Let us see the examples. They had been walking for 2 hours when I called them. The match had been going on for several hours. Second is to express an action that was frequently repeated, obviously in the past. They had always been troubling their parents. Rohan had been visiting this temple every day. Now next is to reach a conclusion. They had been walking for 2 hours, so they were tired. She looked fresh because she had been sleeping for 4 hours. Now children, here is the last exercise for you. Read it, solve it using past perfect continuous tense, and after that you can match your answers. Children, you will get the links of my other videos in the description box. I will be back with the third part of my videos on tenses, wherein I will talk about future tense. Do watch that. Children, if you have any question, write it in the comment box. I would be happy to answer that. Like the video, subscribe the channel and share it with others too. Thank you everyone.